EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line.
So much of this game is still mental, still psychological. Yeah, we just saw a big-time run right there. But you have to believe he was dreaming about this last night in his hotel room before this one, thinking, hey, first time I touch it, let's go for some big yardage and set a tone. That's exactly what he got done.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Gurley again here on 1st down. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment. But here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact. And as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Gone. Look at this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how we wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is when we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Hurry up, here we go.
Now it's the Boise State alone, Jay Ajayi. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Here we go now.
This is Ajayi. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They run with Ajayi. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
Here we go now.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Caught right side, Tate. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
On play action, they'll throw out to his left. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
11.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
Here we go. 5.
They go play action with Gurley. Now gone. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Second and 10. Goff again. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series you have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. From the 50, it's gone. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Back live now to begin the 2nd quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here.
All right. Come on out. Tiger. Cut. 12.
From the gun, here's Goff. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep, Golden Tate. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Detroit!
He'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. Ertz has it left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 30 yards there. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight unable to find anyone open.
The punt team on now as this one's sent away. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
To throw on 2nd down is gone. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun. Gone. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
They'll start out on the ground with a J. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now it's a J. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Here's a Jai. Jai hit. He lost the football. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Off play action. Here's Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Goff now looks to throw. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now a toss play. It's Ajayi. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
Leopard!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Field position changer there. 49 yards on the punt. Couple that with a loss on the return. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not. Did not get back there. It's a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Eagles. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
All right, now look at 56.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'd open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
They'll drop the throw. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Tried for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. 15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Here we go, fellas, here we go.
The final shot before break here. Goff. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And this one is incomplete. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll toss it to a giant. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The 13 yards that time and a 1st.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught at the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Zach Ertz, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes this a 9-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. And with the play clock counting down towards 0, Todd Bowles will take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. It's gone. And this is going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now it's Tate. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They run again with a jive. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now they'll run it on the toss. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it, and that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Hot.
They'll look to throw. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Lucky 56.
Now a handoff looking right. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. They run a draw here on second down. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the first and goal.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. But pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
All right, here we go.
They'll set up to throw. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time, and that's another great play to come away with the football.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way. From the end zone, gone. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. Now gone. Dumps it off to Gurley. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make this a second down.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
A shotgun snap for gone. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. On 1st and 10, Goff. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley, and it's 2nd down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. From the gun, here's Goff. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Now Goff on 1st down. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Brandon Cooks, 30 yards. And the Rams are able to get back within a touchdown. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Space to maneuver at the 40. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Now back to throw. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Eagles send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back. Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now? Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Nice job by the defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say. Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. On 2nd down, here's Goff. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane? Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
17.
He'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. They got him in. It's Woods. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick. Another carry now for Gurley. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And now all of a sudden, the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit? Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Here we go.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And the Rams have won the game. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?